good, everybody? It's Retrospect here. This is the first episode of my podcast. So I'm kind of clueless. I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of just going off from square one here, but yep, these podcasts will last anywhere from 30 to 1 hour, and it's just going to be me talking. Potentially, might have another guest in here. Potentially, might just be talking to myself. But today, I'm going to just be talking to myself. So, the topic I want to discuss today, well, it's a lot about YouTube. Here's the thing. If y'all see my shorts, y'all see my subscriber count, you might be confused, saying, why does this dude have so many subscribers for the views he's pulling on each video? And honestly, that brings up the same question for me. Why do I have this many subscribers? Now, I'm not saying there's anything against YouTube. I mean, they did falsely terminate my previous channel. I was pretty distraught about that. But the reason I have nothing against YouTube is that YouTube is potentially putting money in our pockets. And that's the thing with YouTube. Am I boring you guys? I hope I'm not. This is a beginner podcast, so if there's room for improvement, please comment below. I would really like to know, because there's always room for improvement. But yeah, like I said with YouTube, it's sort of an enigma. That's probably what the name of the podcast is gonna be called, an enigma. Because sometimes what you post a video, a short specifically, it does really well, but nobody likes it. And how does that happen? That's just the YouTube algorithm. That's just the YouTube algorithm deciding to play with you. And sometimes it gets very little views. I say like under 100 views, right? Under 100 views. And it absolutely gets the view to like ratio is amazing, but that didn't barely scratch anything in terms of views. So why am I bringing this up? This is something that my channel is currently suffering from. It's the inconsistency regarding this YouTube shit. And honestly, does that piss me off? Absolutely. Sometimes I feel like my subscribers are fake. All 12, I know at least 12,000 of you are fake. 100 of you are real. But that begs the question. Because every time I post a community post, not a video, or anything, even when I go live, nobody just comments on it. It's like they subscribing to be subscribed, but y'all really want to be subscribed to me if y'all ain't gonna say shit? I don't know. That's just me though. It's just weird that no matter what I do, I cannot get people to talk back with me, to try to communicate with me. Isn't that the whole point of YouTube, for communication? Communication is what CJ from San Andreas would say to OG Loke. I guess y'all don't find me interested enough, which is okay. I understand that. I don't have to be, you don't gotta be the most interesting person in the world to provide value or authenticity to your content. But I feel like that's just me. But yeah, the reason people do YouTube is mostly a hobby, but a lot of people just do it for the money, for every other negative aspect of it. And I'm not gonna lie, I won't be lying when I say I'm in the same boat there, because that's just the truth behind content. Content's life in general is a whole lot of doing stuff because you have to. Sometimes you gotta do stuff you don't want to, but sometimes you gotta do stuff that you want, but it just doesn't pay out as well. That's the odd thing about YouTube. A lot of people get into YouTube and they honestly just quit. They don't stay consistent. They just post a couple videos because they're not aware of the implication. They don't think too much about the implication of potentially going big, potentially profiting off YouTube. They don't have that implication in mind. And that's the boat I'm in right now. I've been hella consistent with my content. Don't get me wrong. I've been posting a short every other day. I'm gonna start doing these podcasts more often, but yeah. Sometimes you feel like your shit just doesn't pay off. I remember making this one video. I took like at least 30 or 45 minutes to edit it, and it flopped. Absolutely flopped. I remember how defeated I felt and how trepidated I felt beforehand, saying, oh, this video might not blow up. It's not the best feeling in the world. Believe me, it ain't. But sometimes you gotta cut those losses in. You gotta embrace them. Have a lot of people influenced me in the past when making content? Absolutely. A lot of people in the past. I guess people I don't mess with anymore, but that's for another episode. Y'all think podcasts are lazy? It's just people talking, or you think some reaction content can be lazy. But you gotta put it in their shoes. You know, they're the ones making the content. Sure, it might not be the best content that people can make, but it's content. And people are still gonna watch it. Whether it pops up in their For You page or whether they watch it of their own volition. People are still gonna watch it. And I feel like everyone just likes to hate on YouTubers just because they're just doing stuff that pays the bills. Guarantee if they was in the same situation, they do the same thing. So they can't really be talking shit for other people or knocking people's hustles. I'm all for people's hustles, you know, when people's just trying to make bread, trying to get through things in life, because I respect a lot of stuff, a lot of aspects of people. And especially when people are working, I always respect that. I don't ever shame people for the job that they have. I don't ever shame people for what they do. Because in the end, everybody has a story. They're there for a reason. And that reason is probably a very good one. Or not. But I don't have a lot of preconceived notions for people. So yeah. I mean, a lot of people just do stuff because they have to do it. But it's honestly crazy how far YouTube has gone. I remember it just went from a simple app, but people just sharing themselves. And now YouTube's getting controlling with us because now I can't post what I want, etc. You know, we've had our ups and downs. And I'm not gonna say stuff against YouTube because who am I kidding, bro? YouTube ain't listening to this podcast. I don't think anybody's listening to this podcast. If you or anyone else is listening to this podcast, well, first of all, thank you. Second of all, why? I'm just some random guy on the internet that doesn't even deserve the 12,000 subscribers he has. So why would you openly or willingly try to listen to me? That's why I'm confused. Are you good? Are you right in the head? Well, I really appreciate anybody that does. But yeah, YouTube itself, it's gone very far. And it's honestly insane that some videos I see on YouTube just absolutely blow up. Like, I'm not saying there's no effort behind them. I'm just saying there's less effort than some other people. A lot of people will say, just work hard and you'll get what you pay for. But I feel like YouTube's just mostly luck. That's the thing. YouTube is mostly luck. And this is reiterating some points I previously mentioned. YouTube is 99% luck. You cannot tell me otherwise. And somebody did a theory. I'm not going to say this is a case study, but he recently underwent an experiment to find out how the YouTube algorithm works, or I guess to tug the algorithm's balls, as I would say. And in that experiment / case study, he posted the same exact video on 2 different accounts. Blew up on one. Got no views on the other. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, like, that's just ridiculous, bro. That really begs the question, is this shit all about luck? Does this shit actually take effort, or you just have to get lucky? Actually, I know. It's all about luck. And I know one day, maybe I might get lucky. I mean, I haven't been getting lucky. It's a lot like a lottery, bro, when you think about it. YouTube's a lot like starting a business. The investments you put in is your time and effort and your consistency. And the payout is obviously the payout, whether you get big and whether you get paid. And a lot of people don't get it, but a lot of people do. It still surprises me how a lot of people put in this effort. It's incredulous that no matter how much effort they put into their content, they're just not getting the recognition they deserve. It's honestly kind of sad. I just wish these people would be recognized for the effort they're putting in, for the time they're putting into YouTube, because they honestly deserve it. The algorithm's an enigma. Going back to what I said, you can make an absolute masterpiece. 10 out of 10 on shorts. Nobody likes it. Not a single soul likes it. And that just begs the question, bro. Why even bother? A lot of people tell you why even bother. A lot of people are committed to doing things. I understand. Commitments are commitments. It's something that you got to do. And it's something that everybody has to do. And I understand that. But sometimes you got to think realistically. Sometimes you have to think whether what I'm doing is worth the payout, the potential payout in the end. YouTube's like starting a business, like gambling. Starting a business is like gambling of its own. But wow, are y'all falling asleep yet? I mean, I guess that's the whole point of the podcast. A lot of people put on podcasts just to fall asleep to. Which honestly, that's understandable. It's hard to keep a conversation, especially when you're just talking to yourself. It's really difficult, but this is off topic, but y'all like the gameplay in this background? It's pretty nice, ain't it? Just a little bit of COD Zombies here and there. Potentially some other games, but I like to keep y'all, because I mean, what are you supposed to put in the background? I find like people being in the background, just having their faces shown, is kind of awkward. So that's why I put on COD Zombies or anything that's like good for garbage attention spans. I'm not calling y'all out. Definitely not calling y'all out, but I'm just saying some people just don't have the best attention spans, and that goes without saying. That's why this short form content thing is so prevalent. And don't even get me started with AI. Whew, Lord. Listen. Sometimes I get negative comments here and there because people think my voice is fake, blah, blah, etc., etc. I've heard everything. It's definitely not unprecedented to me. I've heard it all. This AI brings up the absolute worst reply suggestions ever. Thanks, man. Well, look into it. Oh, I see your feedback. I apologize. That's not how I fucking sound. Bruh. They're trying to mimic the way you text and try to generate a response that, by the way, sounds absolutely nothing like you. You will cringe when you look at that shit. Why even respond at that point? That's just an embarrassment, bro. You really outdid yourself, AI. Giving us the absolute most pristine responses, most pristine service. I'm telling you, AI is going to be the biggest mistake humanity has ever made. I'm saying that right now. Coming from Retrospects Podcast. Life is an enigma. I'm just saying. You don't believe me now, but you will soon. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm being completely honest when I say I do not like artificial intelligence. I don't. Let's take Google for an example. Every time I try to Google something, literally, I will tell AI to back the fuck off. Get the fuck on. That shit still fucking responds. Get the fuck out of in my fucking Google searches, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm getting off topic. Anyways, back to YouTube. The AI on YouTube is not very intelligent. I can tell you, it is not the most intelligent. For instance, one of my friends, my best homies, Mr. Fear Cave or Fearless GMD. If you want to subscribe to him, I'll put his channel link in the description. If you want, like I was saying, he got wrongfully banned. by, of course, garbage ass AI moderation. And of course, when you try to appeal, they give you the same old predetermined response: no. You know why? Because that AI is literally designed to say no. No matter how you try to refute, no matter how you try to abstain, no matter what you do, that AI will tell you no. It's telling you, bye bye, bitch, you ain't getting your channel back, pussy. And that pisses me off. It genuinely pisses me off. And there goes his channel. 1.2 thousand subscribers. Tons of videos. He was absolutely dejected when he lost that channel. Absolutely dejected. And also, if y'all, I mean, I'm not gonna ask y'all, but I mean, because I'm gonna bring him on the podcast anyways. But yeah, y'all want to hear him on the podcast? Just let me know. I will admit he does get sidetracked a lot, but that's fine. Yeah, that AI moderation is not the most intelligent. If anything, that is the most inept piece of technology we've ever had. And to think that YouTube is trusting this shit, very laughable. Extremely laughable. Like, don't even try to make me laugh. That's just absolutely, first of all, that's distasteful. Second of all, like, why? This is really what we're replacing humans with? I feel like y'all trying too hard. For what? For little to no gain. This is very minuscule. Y'all want to cut back on some expenses because y'all are greedy motherfuckers? Keep in mind, YouTube makes millions, hundreds of $1,000,000 a day. I'd argue even more than that. They are rich. They are on par with Elon Musk and every other big entrepreneur in this world. It's Google. They own so many different things. YouTube is just a sub-brand of Google, right? So y'all can't spare a little bit of change just to pay some workers? Absolutely disgusting, absolutely terrible. That's why I stopped fucking with YouTube a long time ago. I know I said in the beginning, I was like, oh, I can't be throwing shit on YouTube because they could be watching, but they're not gonna watch this shit. So I can say whatever I want. YouTube, y'all are full of shit sometimes. You know that? You really are full of shit. I won't say nothing too crazy because who knows? They could be on my ass. But I'm just saying, YouTube, y'all better watch yourselves. Y'all better watch what you do. I feel like, what if the entire content creator community, every single person just stopped posting? Because YouTube needs people to post to make money, right? What if every single person just revolted against YouTube? What would we resort to as a form of media for relaying information, right? Saying, oh, everyone, we need to absolutely revolt against YouTube. Because people use TikTok, but not as much as YouTube. YouTube will always be bigger than TikTok. I don't care what y'all say. So what if a revolt were to happen? Do you think YouTube would revert these changes? Or YouTube would act like nothing is happening? And that's another thing, bro. Them dumbass premium. I used to pay for premium because I got sick and tired of those ads on my phone. I mean, there's like, you got extensions online, so that's not really too much applicable. But yeah, like I said, I bought that shit on my phone. In the past 3 months, that shit went up at least $4. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, y'all are just asking me to stop using fucking YouTube at this point. This is just absolutely ridiculous. YouTube be raising the prices of premium every month, I swear. Oh, this is to accommodate for big changes, and we need to be rightfully compensated for these big changes. We apologize for any inconvenience this might have caused. Man, shut the fuck up, bro. I know that's not the reason. Y'all just greedy, that's why. I mean, y'all, if y'all are trying to hide the fact that you are greedy, then you're not doing a very good job at it. And they try to label themselves as philanthropists. Please, y'all aren't no philanthropists, bro. Y'all are doing more harm than help. I can see why a lot of people throw shade on YouTube. I throw shade on YouTube all the time, bro. That's just the way YouTube is. They deserve that shade? Absolutely. All the shade is deserved. But y'all gotta try. Just try to be good to the community. Just try to be empathetic, bro. Y'all gotta think, bro. People are trying to get bills paid. People are trying to live. And you're over here making everything hard. Now people can't we can't even pick when ads play anymore, bro. Apparently AI, just look at that. The root of all problems. Will try to determine when is a good time to pause the video. Yep, just AI. Yep. Absolutely AI. AI this, AI that. I feel like I heard enough of it. I'm sick of it. I'm real sick of it. This is the direction we're going. I'm very concerned. But yeah, I think that's enough complaining about YouTube. Let's name the good things about YouTube. YouTube pays us. I mean, they made the standards for getting monetized a lot harder. The fact that I even have watch paid ads is a miracle of its own. Honestly, don't deserve it, but I've had a few nice people on my streams donate to me, so I really appreciate them for doing that. But yeah, I mean, the standards for doing all that is just so much higher now. It's crazy. It's a lot more competitive now. You got so many content creators, some making oversaturated content that's unlikely to get views, and some making great content true to themselves, but obviously not getting that attention. It's an enigma. Also, keep in mind, I will reiterate the name of my podcast series several times, so just keep that in mind. It's very unexpected. I didn't expect to be in the position I am now, where all this YouTube shit, etc. But here I am, I guess. I really never expected it all. Really did. But here I am, just trying to make ends meet. I don't go too into my personal life because I feel like that's just doing too much. Yeah, why would I need to? Y'all don't fucking care about me anyways. But anyways, I guess for the people that potentially could be watching this podcast or listening to this podcast, maybe y'all aren't zoning off or maybe actually listening. How do you think I should go from here? Should I continue these? Should I stop? What do y'all think? Personally, I think I enjoy doing this, just talking. They're starting to get dry, starting to need water. Wow, the fact people can go on for hours and doing this is crazy. It's because it's a solo podcast. It's just me. I'm a single individual. And that's that. A one-man team, if you might add. A one-man team. But yeah, I guess I should mention that everything is going to be unfiltered. Everything is unfiltered. Everything is raw. So you won't see a lot of editing, just me talking. Simple. And every episode we'll cover a new topic. This topic is YouTube. I guess YouTube is just different now. I guess I'm still deciding on what I should name this episode. But yeah, YouTube is just an enigma. That's true. That's unequivocal. And honestly, is it impressive or is it just luck? It's like, oh, that guy just got lucky, bro. That's it. I feel like it's entirely gamble because I made quality content on my channel before. Not being biased at all. I'm just saying the content was very quality. Very high quality. Something that you would see would probably get millions of views, right? But of course, not being biased, just saying. But obviously that hasn't paid off at my end. Because I guess I just suck. I guess I just need to make better content. But I don't know. I really don't know. YouTube is just, like I said, an enigma. You never know what you're going to get. Whether it's good or whether it's bad. It really is something that you should ponder about. Is YouTube fame really what you yearn for or just the output? The reward? Is the reward money? Monetary gains? Or is it fame? You want to be known. You want to build a community. For me, that's kind of both. Both of the things for me is kind of community, of course, monetary gain. Because we got to live, bro. We need money. That's how the world works. But of course, I got other plans. And for those of you who want to be successful, I guess this could be a topic for another episode, but for you want to be successful, don't hold off. Take initiative. Do it. Because you never know. You never know that if all you had to do is just take initiative, don't hold it off. The time is now. You might not think so. I might not think so, but the time can be now. The time could be now for you kids to step up to the plate and do what you think couldn't be possible. But yeah, that's Mike's sound. Does it sound like any other professional podcast mic? That might be the case. So what do y'all think I'm just sitting here absolutely doing nothing right now? As I'm recording this podcast? No. I'm playing COD Zombies right now, of course. Do you think I really have the the motivation to sit there and do nothing and just talk? Come on, man. I gotta be doing something. In fact, a lot of this gameplay in the background is me playing as I'm speaking. The volume might be turned down, but it's there. It's there and it's proud. Yeah, if y'all made it this far, I really appreciate it. As we're approaching our half hour, or at least near half hour mark, I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. You know, listening to me complain about YouTube. Because, yeah, YouTube is an enigma. This podcast is an enigma. It's very questionable. But I guess a lot of aspects of aspects are questionable. I guess hearing me mess up my speech and absolutely fumbling is something very hysterical of itself. Y'all want to laugh hysterically. You can laugh hysterically. That's fine. You can clown on me. You can clown on me. That's fine. But yeah, potentially more of these coming soon. Of course, new topics every day. New topics, potential guests coming in. Don't ask where I get the guests from. But yeah, a lot of you. I did some research, consulted Reddit. Apparently, solo podcasts are what people prefer to listen to because a lot of podcasts nowadays are just people interviewing each other. That's like the lazy podcast. This one takes effort. This one you gotta think of what to say. You gotta highlight your episode out. You gotta say, okay, what do I gotta say? What points do I have to cover, etc., etc., and go from there. Did y'all think I actually planned this? It might sound like I did, but I didn't. I'm going completely off the top of my head. I was like, okay, what should I cover now? Okay, I covered this, I covered that, etc. So yeah, we're very close to approaching the end. I already said this, but thank you for y'all, whoever made it this far. I hope I could help you fall asleep. I mean, it's only 30 minutes long. And I think we're going to keep it 30 minutes, but hey, you know, for a solo podcast, that's not too bad. It could have been longer, but sometimes you just got to step up to the plate. Step up to the plate on YouTube. This is very random, but I had this one comment on my YouTube before. I made a short about how a lot of people will swipe away, blah, blah, blah. And this guy said, hey, man, love from country A. I hope you do go big one day. I can see the potential in your content. I can see the potential in you as a person to inspire millions. And I was like, thanks, man. But I feel like you'd be a little biased towards me as someone you never met. Because this is definitely a little biased sounding. Definitely a little, as y'all would like to say, glazing. But it was very heartwarming to see something very positive, very compassionate towards me. It was really nice. If y'all make podcasts, this is a very random question, but would y'all listen to your own podcasts? You're just like, hey, that's me. That's me. That's my annoying voice. That's me trying to think of stuff to say because I have 30 minutes to try to spew stuff out. Is that a thought that ever crossed y'all's minds? To try to listen to your own podcasts? Because I don't know. That thought just hit me. What was that voice crack? First voice crack at the podcast, and that's pretty much near the end of it. in the last minute or so that we have here. But yep, as we're approaching the end, would like to say a few things. More episodes soon. I hope. More to come. I guess this is going to be the bulk of my long form content. This is very long. 30 minutes is longer than the average long form YouTube video. So, if there's some things I would like to say, it has been a pleasure to talk. But my throat is getting pretty dry. My mouth is starting to get pretty dry. So I think it is time for us to pack it in here. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me. Thank you, everybody, for putting up with my shenanigans and listening to me spew nonsense, or at least try to spew nonsense, essentially freestyling for about half an hour. And this is Retrospect TV. I'm never saying that again, but this is Retrospect signing out.